Hello, I'm Raymond Mayfield, and it's great to be with you today. I appreciate you listening to my videos. I do counseling sites over the telephone, counsellorsofpeace.com and counselorsoftruth.com, and I would appreciate hearing from you. If I can help you, please give me a call. I have my videos listed on many outlets, but my website is www.raymondmayfield.com, or you can find me at rmayfield.com, and I would appreciate you sharing these with all of those, because I think there's some good information that would be beneficial. I want to continue my series. I want to talk about Elijah again today, and I want to talk about Mount Carmel. And the life of Elijah is very exciting. He was a great prophet of God. In 1 Kings chapter 18, it says, "And it came to pass after many days that the word of the Lord came unto Elijah in the 3rd year, saying, Go show thyself unto King Ahab, and I will send rain on the earth." There hadn't been any rain for 3 years, and there was a severe drought. And Ahab meets Elijah in verse 17. The king Ahab said to Elijah, Are you the one that's troubling Israel? Asking him the question. And Elijah answered him and said, I have not troubled Israel, but thou and thy father's house, in that ye have forsaken the commandments of the Lord, and thou hast worshipped Baal. In verse number 18. The people of Israel had turned their back on God and had worshipped false idols and worshipped Baal. And Elijah tells them to bring all the people of Israel to Mount Carmel. That was probably a bunch of people going to the top of that mountain, with all the 450 prophets of Baal and the 400 prophets of Asherah that are supported by Jezebel, according to the Living Bible. So Ahab summoned all the people and the prophets to the top of Mount Carmel. This is one of the greatest confrontations in history, where one man seems like he is against all of the 450 prophets of the Baal worshippers, and all the people up there are summoned up there, and Elijah talks to them, and he tells the people and preaches them a sermon, and he says, How long are you going to waver between two opinions? And he said, if God is God, serve God. If Baal is a true God, then serve him. But Elijah tells them to bring 2 young bulls and cut them in pieces and lay it on the wood of their altars and without fire. And Elijah says, I will prepare the other young bull and lay it up on the Lord's altar without fire. Then he tells them to pray to their God, and then I will pray to the Lord. And the God who answers by sending fire to light the wood is the true God. And all the people agreed to this situation. Then Elijah turns to the prophet of Baal and said, You go first. And they called upon their God all morning, shouting, and noon in the eventime, O God, hear us. And then finally Elijah, and it's kind of funny part in the Bible, if you read it, he mocks them and says, Where is your God? Where is he at? And it's very interesting to read that. Then they cut themselves with knives. This was customary, and swords till blood gushed out. And they worshipped Baal and called upon him, but there was no fire. There was no answer by their God. And then Elijah prepared and repaired the altar of the Lord. Then it was Elijah's turn. They dug a trench about 3 feet wide around the altar, and he piled wood upon the altar and laid the young bull and cut him in pieces up on the altar. And they poured 4 barrels of water on the top of it. And then he said, Do it again. And then Elijah prayed unto God, and God answered, and suddenly fire flashed down from heaven, consuming the sacrifice. And all the people fell down on their knees and fell on their face and shouted, Jehovah is God, Jehovah is God. Exclamation points there, Jehovah is God. And then he told them to assemble all the prophets of the Baal, which is 450 of them, and have them killed and not let one of them escape. And so God won a great victory on the top of Mount Carmel through the great prophet Elijah. And I want to tell you, God is God today. How long can we alter between two opinions? You know, you can't serve God and you can't serve Satan. You got to make up your mind that you're going to serve one or the other, because one leads to heaven, the other leads to hell. And I want to tell you what, make a decision for the Lord today, because Jehovah is God. Jesus Christ will save you today if you'll call upon his wonderful name. This is Raymond Mayfield. Thank you so much for listening today. If you're not saved, pray today, and I'm praying for you. Thank you so much, and I love you.